What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy from NB Daily here. Today I want to talk to you about the 2019 NBA All-Star Game. First thing I want to talk about is the captain selected for both the East and the West Conference. So we have Giannis Antetokounmpo. I hope I said that right. And then you have LeBron James. Giannis for sure is a captain of the All-Star team for the East. I mean, just think about how physically imposing he is on any NBA team and any defender realistically. He's not the best shooter, but like, what can't that man do? I mean, there's an argument to be said for Kawhi Leonard and the same thing, but Giannis is the Greek freak, and it's just, yes, he's the Greek freak. So I think his captainship is perfectly deserved. For LeBron James, however, I think that because of his injuries this year, I don't know if he's worthy of to be captain of the Western All-Stars. I mean, definitely for sure that he's one of the best players in the NBA, most physically dominating still for however long he's been in the NBA. He's like 17 years, I think. But he's still one of the best players in the NBA, but I don't think that this year he's deserved to be captain of the Western All-Stars, considering how stacked the West actually is. But, you know, LeBron's going to be LeBron, and he's the poster child for the NBA, so he's got to find his way to the All-Star game, and it just so happens to be the captain of the West. So those are the two captains, and, I mean, yeah, it's the starters for you, and then I'm going to say a little something about it, because I'm not really sure I agree with the starters this year. Well, first off the list, you have Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Paul George, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard, and Kemba Walker. So no doubt that every single one of those guys is all-stars and should definitely be on the all-star teams. However, I think that because the West is so superstar dominant this year, that the East is not, I don't want to say lackluster, but their quality of all-stars just isn't the same. I mean, if you look at the difference between the starters and the reserves, there's some guys on the reserves that should easily be starting in the All-Star game. I know that, like, Kemba Walker is great point guard, one of the best ones in the NBA. But then you're looking at the reserves, and you have a guy like Anthony Davis who's on the reserves. And I know they play two different positions, but the All-Star game is supposed to be the best of the best going at it. So I think, realistically, you should have the 10 best people in the NBA starting in the All-Star game. So I think that there's something to be said about how the All-Star game is being done. I know that they're doing the draft and everything now, which is really great, so it's not just East versus West. But I think that due to the overwhelming amount of superstars in the Western Conference, that it's hard to just say, let's take 5 starters from the East and 5 starters from the West, and then those are our 10 starters for the game. I just think that it's too much. I think that the West is too superstar heavy. It really is. So I think possibly what they should be doing is maybe just getting the whole all-star list, not separating them to the starters, not separating them into reserves, just saying these are all the NBA all-stars, and then they can do the draft from that point. I mean, I'm just throwing this out there, but I don't think Kemba Walker should be an NBA all-star starter. I don't. I think with guys like, once again, Anthony Davis, you have LaMarcus Aldridge, who's having a great season. You have Damian Lillard, who I still think I would say he's better than Kemba Walker, in my opinion. But I think that the West being so superstar heavy, it's not fair to leave guys like that in the reserve slots of the All-Star game, considering you have like Kemba Walker in the starter role. And I think if anyone follows the NBA, you see that those guys are superior to Kemba Walker, in my opinion. Even though it's a different position, besides Dame, there's just not really a comparison in my book. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents on the whole starters versus reserves and East-Western all-star thing here. But anyways, the reserves here. Here's the list. We got LaMarcus Aldridge, Bradley Beal, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, Nikola Jokic, Damian Lillard, Kyle Lowry. Once again, the whole Eastern all-star thing, I don't think Kyle Lowry is an all-star this season. I really don't. I don't think his numbers are there. I think after he's struggling to find that same role. I don't think he should be in the All-Star game this year, but because of the numbers that they need from the East and the West, and it's all going to be even and all this, he's in the game. But I guess that's the way the All-Star game works right now. I still think it should be worked on. But anyways, I regress. We're going to go to Chris Middleton next. You got Victor Oladipo, who's not going to be competing because unless you're living under a rock and if you're watching this, I doubt you don't know this already, but Victor Oladipo is having season-ending surgery because of that knee injury. I think it was knee, might have been ankle. Yeah, one of the two. Anyways, season-ending surgery. He's out. He's not going to be participating in the All-Star game. D'Angelo Russell is taking over for him. However, D'Angelo Russell was originally snubbed from the All-Star game, so because Oladipo was out, Adam Silver said that, okay, we're going to let D'Angelo Russell into the All-Star game, and I mean, you're thinking about it, like, I think D'Angelo Russell should have been in the All-Star game over Kyle Lowry in the first place. That's just one guy. I mean, he still made it in, but, like, D'Angelo Russell is the Nets right now. I mean, you have a couple other great key players in there, but he is the superstar of that franchise, so I mean, he found his way into the All-Star game, but it was because of an injury to Oladipo. Anyways, we got to keep going. We got Ben Simmons, Klay Thompson, Karl Anthony Towns, Nikola Vucevic, who is probably one of the most underrated basketball players in the NBA right now. He's not talked about. He's very quiet. You don't hear anything about him. But he's constantly putting up 20 points, 15 rebounds a game, even like 20 games sometimes, and you don't hear anything about it. One of the most quiet superstars in the NBA, I really think so. And then you also have Russell Westbrook, who was the last name. The list I got this from, I mean, I knew the list already, but I just took the time to copy it so I had everything. Russell Westbrook being the last All-Star listed. Not really sure about that one. But anyways, so those are the reserves for the All-Star game. But you telling me the couple people on those lists really aren't better than Kemba Walker? I can't get over that. I mean, Kemba Walker should be there 100%. But as a starter, I can't get over it. Oh, dude. But anyways, that's that. Those are the rosters. You get the captains, the starters, and the reserves for the NBA All-Star game. There were also 2 honorary mentions this year because it's their last season, and they're on their farewell tours, and both Hall of Fame, most likely first ballot Hall of Fame, which you got Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade. They'll both be playing in honorary spots in the All-Star game. So that's really cool to see that they're doing that this year, and I think that both of those superstars deserve a spot in the All-Star game because just because their numbers aren't where they should be, they're still, Dirk not so much this year, but Dwayne Wade's still putting up fairly decent numbers for how long he's been playing. So I'm very happy to see those two get at least one more All-Star game. I don't think it's going to count on their ballot as an All-Star game selection, but they should be participating in it as like a part of their farewell tour, and I think the fans will love it there too. I know I'm going to be looking forward to watching Dwayne Wade and Dirk Nowitzki play with Damian Lillard and Joel Embiid. I think that it'll be fun. But then also, I do want to go over some of the superstars, I think, and also some of the NBA fan base alone, like altogether, just think that how. But guys like DeMar DeRozan, DeMar DeRozan, Donovan Mitchell, who's been tearing it up recently. I mean, I know he struggled at the beginning of the year, but recently he's been on a roll. I mean, I don't know how a guy like that doesn't even, like, I don't think he was close, but anyway, he didn't get in. Tobias Harris, who's quietly, he's another one of those guys, quiet all-stars in the NBA. His numbers are consistent. He scores, rebounds, assists. He's one of the guys that does a lot, and he does not get a lot of attention, but he didn't get in as well. Andre Drummond, who didn't get in. And then possibly even Luka. I mean, Luka's been killing it some games, but I don't think he's at an all-star caliber, like, numbers yet. I mean, you see some of his highlights. His step back is crazy, but for an all-star quality guy yet, I think he still has, next year potentially he could be, but he's still got a little bit to develop before that. And then the biggest snub of them all is Rudy Gobert. I don't know how Rudy Gobert did not get into the All-Star game. If you're looking at the starters, you have like the 2 guards, you 2 forwards, and a center for the East. And for the West, you got Steph Curry for 1 guard, you got KD as a forward, we got James Harden as the other guard, LeBron James, and then Paul George. So you have 3 forwards and 2 guards. So I know that those guys all deserve to be in the starting lineup. But if you're going to do this thing where you have Kemba Walker in the starting lineup and not Anthony Davis or Damian Lillard because of the conferences, then at least put Rudy Gobert in the starting lineup. I mean, he's one of the most physically dominating defensive centers in the league. Offensive game, there's something to be said for it, but defensively, he deserves to be in the game. I don't think there's a fan in the NBA that says he shouldn't be in the game. I don't know who you would take out of the whole lineup all the way through, but I think the man deserves a spot. It's just that simple. He deserves a spot in the All-Star game. So anyways, that's the All-Star roster, and that's how I'm feeling about it. I do think it's going to be great. The All-Star game is always fun. There's going to be absolutely no defense played at all, and maybe that's got something to be said for why Rudy Gobert didn't make it, but All-Star game is always fun. The weekend's going to be a blast. You know, we got the dunk contest on Saturday night, 3-point contest, the skills challenge, which will be fun. You have, I think it's Luka, De'Aaron Fox, and Trae Young. 3 young guard forward combination, and like that'll just be fun to watch. Then you get the rising stars in the world on the All-Star team, and then you have the celebrity game, which is always a blast. So All-Star weekend for 2019 in the NBA season is going to be a blast. Be sure to watch it. I know that it's always fun, it's interesting, and you get to see a lot of guys that don't normally play together on the same team, and they have a blast, and it's really just a fun thing to watch. So watch it. So first video, I'm running out of stuff to say here, and I think we're going to wrap it up now, but anyways, I do want to thank you for watching. If you liked it at all, get any feedback from me, just leave it in the comments. Leave a like rating if you do like it, or you have any sort of interest in it and you want to see more at all. Just leave a like, subscribe for more videos, because I am going to start making them. I just wanted to get an All-Star game out there. I think it's relevant. I think it's a relatively easy place to start, and just to even expose myself to how to do this YouTube thing. There's not going to be a ton of editing, maybe cut a little bit out of in between clips and stuff like that, but yeah, so that's that. So please leave any feedback. I'm wide open to it, but yeah, other than that, I hope you have an amazing day, and can't wait to see you on All-Star Weekend.